13 of the fantasy baseball season, and here's a few pitchers that looked hit off the wire this week. The first pitcher, Tobias Myers of the Milwaukee Brewers. So Myers, he's come out of nowhere this season, a guy who wasn't even thought of for this Brewer rotation, but with all the injuries, he made some spot starts. We're on a trial run, and now he's in this rotation, and he's been one of the better pitchers over the last month of the season. On the year, for Myers, 52 innings, 5-2 record, 45 Ks, a 3.06 ERA, a 1.14 WHIP, and 3 quality starts on the season. So Myers, he's gone out there, and he's been lights out for this Milwaukee Brewer team and for fantasy owners. I know he's only been a 5 or 6 inning pitcher, but it's getting the job done. He's pitching well, and he can help fantasy owners in a big way. And over the last couple weeks, for Myers, 17 and a third, 3-0 record, 13 strikeouts, 1.05 ERA, 0.90 WHIP, and 2 quality starts. So Myers is going out there. He's playing well for this Brewer team. And fantasy owners definitely took to him last week, adding him in 35% of leagues. This is most likely the last chance for them to go out there and get him now, available in 60% of leagues. June 12th versus Toronto, 6 innings, got the win in that one. 3 hits, a run, a walk, 4 Ks, a quality start. June 18th at the Angels, 6 1/3, got the win. 4 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 6 Ks, a quality start. And June 23rd at the Padres, 5 innings in that one, got the win. 5 hits, a run, 3 Ks in that ball game. So he's going out there. He's making the most of his opportunity right now as Tobias Myers. And he's here to stay, like I mentioned. Even if a couple of these players like DL Hall returns to the rotation, Jacob Jr. sooner than later. Even though I know Robert Gasser out for the season and Wade Miley, Myers still going to have a spot in this rotation unless he goes the other way. But right now, a big pickup off the wire this week. The next pitcher, Jameson Taillon of the Chicago Cubs. Taillon, he signed that big contract with Chicago last offseason. And so far, last year wasn't a great year for him, but so far this season, he's gone out there and definitely bounced back on the year. 68 and a third, 4-3 record, 53 Ks, a 2.90 ERA, a 1.27 WHIP, and 6 quality starts in the last couple weeks for Taillon. 19 innings, 1-1 record, 18 Ks, a 1.42 ERA, a 1.05 WHIP, and 3 quality starts. So Taillon's gone out there. He's pitched great baseball for the Chicago Cub team. And like I said, he got the big contract, and now he's living up to it this season. June 11th at Tampa Bay, 6 innings, no decision, 4 hits, no runs, a walk, 5 Ks, a quality start. June 16th versus the Cardinals, 6 innings, got the loss, 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 3 Ks, a quality start. And June 22nd, what game it was for him, 7 innings, got the win, 6 hits, a run, 10 Ks, a quality start versus a hot-hitting New York Met team coming into that one. So right now, he's hitting the strike zone. His breaking ball stuff is working. I know this Cub team's a 500 team. Most likely this season they'll end up, but still, Taillon's going out there getting the job done. And he's had quality starts 4 out of 5 outings. And he's available right now in 71% of fantasy leagues. Next pitcher is Taj Bradley of the Tampa Bay Rays. So Bradley, he's been hot on the radar as a pickup for the last couple weeks. And this is the most likely last chance as well for owners to get him. 50% of leagues only available in. On the year, 44 and a third, 2-4 record, 53 Ks, a 4.06 ERA, 1.15 WHIP, and 3 quality starts in the last 2 weeks, 13 innings, 1-0 record, 14 Ks, a 1.38 ERA, 1.08 WHIP, and 2 quality starts. So Bradley's going out there. He's hitting the strike zone. I know he's in a tough division, obviously in the AL East, but he's still hit his whiff, making the right pitches as Bradley. After last season, he was batting practice towards the end of the season. June 8th versus Baltimore, 5 innings, got the loss, 3 hits, a run, a walk, 7 Ks in that one. June 13th versus the Cubs, a monster game, 7 innings, got the win, 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 11 Ks, a quality start. And June 19th, not a great game, but he still went out there, not even with his best stuff, and pitched decent at the Twins. 6 innings in that one, no decision, 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 3 Ks, a quality starts. His next outings here today versus the Mariners, where their offense has been hit or miss this season here, where I think he could go out there once again as Bradley, have a good outing. This Tampa Bay Ray team, I know it hasn't been the greatest of seasons for them, and they've struggled for the most part, but Taj Bradley, one of the top pitching prospects of last season, coming up through the minors in Major League Baseball. And right now, while he's out there in 50% of fantasy leagues, he's definitely a pitcher I would go out there and get this week. The next pitcher, James Paxton of the Los Angeles Dodgers. So Paxton's still out there in 60% of fantasy leagues. But the main thing with Paxton is health. And if he's healthy, he's still a solid pitcher, especially on a Dodger team that's going to get him tons of run support. On the season, 66 2/3, 7-1 record, 43 Ks, a 3.65 ERA, 1.31 whip and 6 quality starts, and over the last 2 weeks, 13 innings, 2-0 record, 10 Ks, a 1.38 ERA, 0.54 whip, and 2 quality starts. So Paxton's going out there. He's going through lineups, getting weak contact off the bat. He's not a big strikeout pitcher anymore, but he's definitely saving his arm, and he's been pitching real good, except had one hiccup June 5th at the Pirates, 1 2/3, and that one got the loss. 6 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks, 2 Ks. And then the last 2 outings, he's pitched great. June 11th versus Texas, 6 innings, got the win. 2 hits, a run, 2 walks, 2 Ks, a quality start. And then even June 17th going to Coors Field, 7 innings, got the win. 2 hits, a run, a walk, 8 Ks, a quality start. And all the Rockies' offense isn't good, but to go in Coors Field and pitch a gem like that is still pretty impressive for the veteran James Paxton. So his next outing's another great one here tonight at the White Sox. They're the worst team in Major League Baseball with only 21 wins on the season. So I expect Paxton to go out there once again and pitch a good game, and he's available in 60% of fantasy leagues. Next pitcher is Spencer Schellenbach of the Atlanta Braves. So Schellenbach, he got off to a rocky start the first few outings of his Major League career, but now he's locked in to one of these rotation spots. And I know his numbers aren't great on the year. 21 2/3, 1 2 record, 19 Ks, a 4.98 ERA, 1.20 whip, and 2 quality starts, but he's the number 3 prospect in this Brave farm system. He beat out Hurston Waltrip for the rotation spot, where they went with 6 men for a couple weeks here to see who'll be that 5th starter, and Schellenbach won the spot right now for this Atlanta Brave team. So the last few games here for Schellenbach, June 5th, the Boston 4 2/3 got the loss. 7 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks, 4 Ks. June 12th, the Baltimore, 6 innings. In that one, no decision. 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 3 Ks, a quality start. And June 18th versus the Tigers, 6 innings, got the win. 3 hits, a run, 2 walks, 7 Ks, a quality start. So the last 2 outings, he's definitely gone out there, and he's improved Schellenbach. Available in tons of fantasy leagues right now at 86%. And this Atlanta Brave team starting to get going, even with major injuries on their roster. Obviously, Ronald Acuna out for the season, the MVP, and also Spencer Strider, a Cy Young candidate, every year out for the season. But right now, Schellenbach's getting in the rotation, and he's getting things going. But he does have a tougher matchup here today at the St. Louis Cardinals, where they've definitely improved over the last month of the season, and their hitting's getting going. But right now, Schellenbach, if you need young pitching and someone who can help you in 12-team leagues or deeper, he's definitely a solid add this week. Next pitcher, Michael Lorenzen of the Texas Rangers. So Lorenzen, he's been a nice surprise once again for Texas. Last year, he was pretty decent, was Lorenzen. 9-9 record, 4.18 ERA. But this season, he's pitched well for Texas. 72 innings, 4-3 record, 50 Ks, a 3 ERA, 1.15 whip, and 8 quality starts. But over the last couple weeks, 13 innings, 1-0 record, 5 Ks, a 2.77 ERA, 0.77 whip, and 2 quality starts. So Lorenzen, he's not a high strikeout type of pitcher, but he's a pitcher that's going to get easy outs, ground balls, and he's got a good lineup backing him over there in Texas. Even though I know this season they've been struggling, and it's most likely a World Series hangover for the Rangers. So right now, available in 71% of fantasy leagues is Lorenzen, and he definitely can help fantasy owners. In my opinion, this week, June 7th versus the Giants, 4 1/3, no decision. 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, a K in that one. June 13th at the Dodgers, he went out there and pitched a gem. 7 innings, got the win. 4 hits, a run, a walk, 2 Ks, a quality start. And June 18th versus the Mets, 6 innings, no decision. A game they blew that one was Texas. 4 hits, 3 runs, a walk, 3 Ks, a quality start. So Lorenzen's going out there. He's going deep into games. And like I said, those easy outs, those ground balls and pop outs are saving his arm where he's going deeper. So his next outing as well is here today. A lot of pitchers on this list pitching here today. So right now would be a good time to go out there and get these mentioned pitches. So Lorenzen out there, like I said, 71% of fantasy leagues. He's got a middle of the pack matchup at the Brewers, where I know they're first in the NL Central, and their hitting's pretty decent. But I think Lorenzen, it doesn't matter the matchup. We've seen it over the last few weeks. He went into Dodger Stadium, pitched well versus a hot Met offense over the last couple weeks. He pitched well versus them, but they just blew the ball game. So I think Lorenzen is a solid add this week. Next pitcher, Miles Mikolas of the St. Louis Cardinals. So Mikolas definitely turned the season around, and he's been a big catalyst, as well as why this team's turning the season around as well is his Cardinal team. On the year, 6-6 record, 90 1/3, 67 Ks, a 4.68 ERA, 1.16 whip, and 9 quality starts. But over the last couple weeks, 19 and a third, 2-0 record, 14 Ks, 2.33 ERA, and 0.72 WHIP, and 2 quality starts. And Mikolas still out there in tons of leagues at 64%, but a couple more good outings, he's going to be owned at 50% or more, and it'll be too late for most owners to go out there and get him. June 11th versus the Pirates, 7 innings, no decision, a hit, no runs, a walk, 6 Ks, a quality start. June 16th at the Cubs, 6 and a third, got the win, 4 hits, a run, 5 Ks, a quality start. And June 22nd versus the Giants, not a great outing, but 6 innings, got the win, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 3 Ks. So Mikolas, he had 5 games in a row with a quality start before. He didn't play that well in June 22nd, but right now he's pitching well. This Cardinal team's definitely turned their season around over the last month of the season. And Mikolas, it's been a tale of 2 tapes for him pitching-wise. First couple months of the year, he was batting practice, and now the last month of the season, one of the better pitchers in fantasy baseball. So right now, while he's out there, like I said, in 64% of fantasy leagues, and this Cardinal offense is getting it going, he's a pickup this week. The next pitcher, Andrew Abbott of the Cincinnati Reds. So Abbott available in 54% of fantasy leagues. I think he's been pretty decent. I know some outings have been bad ones, and then some outings he's gone out there and pitched gems. I know his strikeout rate is down this year, but last season he had a little over 1.1 strikeouts per inning. This year, 84 and 2/3, 6-6 record, 70 Ks, only a 3.40 ERA, 1.18 WHIP, and 5 quality starts. Numbers totally this season have been good in my opinion, but fantasy owners really haven't counted on Abbott, where he'd be one good game and one bad game over the last month of the season for Abbott. But right now, I think Abbott's going to get things going. He definitely has a lot of potential, one of the top pitching prospects in baseball last year. And it's just surprising to me, the road, in my opinion. June 8th versus the Cubs, 5 innings, got the win. 5 hits, a run, 4 walks, 5 Ks in that one. June 15th at the Brewers, 5 innings, got the loss. 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, 3 Ks. And then June 21st, a monster game versus Boston, 5 2/3, got the win. 4 hits, 2 runs, a walk, 10 Ks, his best strikeout performance of the season. Is definitely something up, obviously, that his strikeout rate has gone this year down for Andrew Abbott, where last year was 1.1 strikeouts per inning about, and this season he's not even averaging 1 strikeout per inning. But coming off the 10 strikeout game, maybe you found something. I know the Red Sox, they strike out a decent amount of time this season. His next outing is versus the Pittsburgh Pirates, June 26th as of now, where their offense, they strike out a whole lot as well. So I think Abbott, if he could get the strikeout ball going, he's going to help fantasy owners in a big way. And like I said, he was one of the top pitching prospects coming up last season in the major leagues. And it's surprising he's out there in 54% of fantasy leagues. Because I know he's been inconsistent at times, but he's a better pitcher than some of these players that I've seen picked up or even rostered in fantasy leagues. I look at Michael Wacha of the Kansas City Royals. So Michael Wacha thought he was going to be on the injured list for a little, but he came back and returned for this Royal team, and he's been a good signing in the offseason. On the year, 73 innings, 4-6 record, 61 Ks, a 4.07 ERA, a 1.22 WHIP, and 6 quality starts. And over the last month of the season for Wacha, 16 and a third, 0-2 record, 14 Ks, a 2.76 ERA, 0.86 WHIP, and a quality start. So Wacha's going out there. He's pitching minimum run baseball for the most part over the last month of the season, even though I know he missed 2 weeks for this Kansas City Royal team. And 12-team league get deeper, I think he definitely can help fantasy owners. May 26th at Tampa, 6 innings, got the loss, 3 hits, 2 runs, a walk, 7 Ks, a quality start. May 31st versus former team, the Padres, 5 1/3 in that one, no decision, 5 hits, 2 runs, a walk, 2 Ks. And June 22nd at the Rangers, 5 innings, got the loss, 3 hits, a run, a walk, 5 Ks. So this Royal team, I know their offense isn't all that great, but Walker's been a pitcher over the last season and change that's gone out there, and he's been a pitcher that could go deeper into games, 6-7 innings. And he's kept that ERA down. Last year, 3.22 ERA, 14-4 he was with San Diego. And this season, a 4.07, but he got off to a bad start. But over the last month and a half, he's pitched better, his Walker. So after coming off a ball game where he looked healthy, I know he didn't get the result he wanted, but he still won 5 innings, only giving up a run. And his next outing, I think he could go out there and improve even more, is Walker. The final pitcher I looked at off the wire this week here is Cade Pavic of the Baltimore Orioles. Pavic, he's got a spot in this rotation now for Baltimore. So far, it's been a mixed bag of results in the early going for him. Available 91% of fantasy leagues, and he was pitching well in the minor leagues as Pavic, and now he's getting the opportunity in the majors, and they got tons of injuries in this rotation. Tyler Wells out for the season, Dean Kremer working his way back, Kyle Bradish out for the season, and John Means out for the season. So by default almost, Pavic has a spot in this rotation for this Baltimore Oriole team. So on the season for Pavic, in a small sample size, 16 innings, 0-1 record, 9 Ks, a 3.94 ERA, 1.25 whip, and a quality start. So not much to go off of in the major leagues, but in the minor leagues, he was getting well over a strikeout per inning. His ERA was under 2 for this Baltimore team in the minors. And right now, I think he can help this Baltimore team in the major leagues, and they need some pitching in this rotation. After the injuries I mentioned, he's another starter pitching today versus the Guardians. And I know the Guardians, they've had a good season, but I think Pavic could go out there and pitch decent. June 6th at Toronto, 5 1/3, got the loss. 5 hits, 6 runs, 4 walks, 2 Ks. June 12th versus the Braves, 6 innings, no decision. 5 hits, no runs, 6 Ks, a quality start. And then June 19th, a very tough matchup with the Yankees. It was a little wild in that one. 4 2/3, a hit, a run, 5 walks, and a K. So Pavic's got to get his walks under control a little bit. 9 walks already this season for him in only 16 1/3. But if he could get that strike ball going and have more accuracy and not pitch wild, I think it's sky's the limit for Cade Pavic. Like I said, he's on one of the best teams in the league with Baltimore. He's got great stuff. He's been moving up the system quickly over the last couple seasons. And right now, he just has to find comfortability, and I think he could, like Schellenbach did for the Braves. It took him a few starts to get his legs under him and to get confident. And I think the same thing could go for Pavic this week as well. So that's a few pitches I looked at off the wire. Week 13 of the fantasy baseball season.